Give it up for the one and only Bailey. What's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
Did you like that opening speech?
Nothing much. That's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
I'm surprised you were quite warm and nice to me when I hyped you up at the start, because I've seen your tweets recently and they've been quite brutal. So I'm happy we've started this interview nice and calmly.
Well, yes, you have nice things to say, and I'm all ears for that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now, I actually interviewed you a few years ago at Wrestlemania, and it was like a completely different person. May I know what has changed, and do you like this new Bailey more?
I don't think anything's changed since then. You know, I'm still at the top in WWE. I'm still doing my thing. I'm still elevating people. I'm still winning championships. I'm still making history. So I'm pretty much the same person, just a little bit more knowledgeable, I would say.
You're very smart. You're very calculated with what you do. And you were out with an injury for a while. So what was on your mind the whole time when you were out of action?
You know, it was my first injury, my first surgery, and I didn't know how I was going to handle it. I heard so many different people tell me you're gonna have really bad times or you're gonna have really good times, and it's gonna be a roller coaster, blah blah blah. But everybody has their own experiences with it, and for me, it was very humbling. It was nice to finally, honestly, be home for a little bit and spend time with friends and family, because I've just been nonstop WWE for almost 10 years. And it was very hard towards the end when I was getting ready to, you know, getting back in the ring. It felt like I would never be in this position that I am again, because I felt different, and took me a long time, a lot longer than it should have. But I'm here, and I'm happy to say I think that the injury taught me a lot about myself and my patience. So it was a overall good experience.
I spoke to a lot of other people before, and they said when they're injured, they're at home and they watch the TV and they just want to be there. And it's one of the worst feelings ever. So what was it like for you when you finally came out after so many months out of action? Like when you got to walk down and just feel the crowd again. How was that like for you for the first time?
I mean, it was a long time coming, and it's not just because I was injured, but because of the pandemic. We weren't in front of fans for so long, and the one time we were in front of fans at WrestleMania 37, I wasn't even on the card, so I never got to perform in front of fans, and it was so hard for me during the pandemic. And just watching it on TV once they finally got in front of people was the hardest part for me. I wouldn't say, you know, getting beat up, I missed, you know, that was, I didn't miss these bruises, you know, but I did miss performing in front of people. So when I finally got to come back and do that at like Clash at the Castle in front of 60,000 people and beat Bianca Belair again, it's been amazing.
You have a team behind you now, and I want to ask, what was it about Dakota Kai and Io Sky that made you choose them to join you in Damage Control? I mean, you are Bailey. You could have anyone you wanted. I'm sure they would say yes.
True. That's true. I don't know how many times I have to tell this to people, but you're doing your job, so I'll put it nicely for you. If you watch Io's match last night, or if you watch on Raw when she defeated Alexa Bliss, or if you watch Dakota's match when she defeated Candice LeRae, you go back in NXT, watch any of their stuff, if you follow their journey, just learn a little bit about them. You will understand why. If you see their eyes, you'll understand why I need them, why I search for people like them and people with their passion.
So in the original Women's Tag Team Championship tournament, they didn't win that match. So if they didn't win the rematch, they are the champions now. Do you think there would be problems in your team? Because you seem like the kind of person that doesn't believe in failure. So if they hadn't have won that rematch, do you think there might be problems?
Well, they should have won the first match. So there shouldn't have even been a rematch. So they're the victims, and I felt sorry for them that I brought them into this and they were cheated out of that first match. So I don't think there's a right answer for that, because there shouldn't have been a rematch in the first place. And you know what? Just to teach everybody a lesson, failure is a part of success. You know, you have to fail and fail and fail and get knocked down and get knocked down. So I can't say that if they were to have lost that match, that I would have just left them in the dust. You know, it's part of the process.
Now, we've seen many legends return for matches such as Lita, Beth Phoenix, Trish Stratus. Which legend would you like to face if you had the chance to challenge anyone?
Lita. But
Lita,
you know,
what is it?
I could just wrestle myself.
And I mean, you are a legend, but you and Lita would be an amazing match, especially with the Hardy Boy story. You said, I'm going to assume that you would come out on top as well, even though it is Lita. One of your idols.
I mean, of course, I would have to beat her. I'm in my prime right now, and I respect everything she's done. She had an incredible match with Becky Lynch, but I'm better than Becky.
I love watching some of the clips on WWE, and I saw the footage of you reading yourself out a letter you wrote when you were a kid about your wrestling dreams. It's great to watch because you did realize your dream. Does it still feel too good to be true sometimes, that you're sitting high on your throne, you've won everything? Do you sometimes think to yourself, like, is this actually happening?
I used to, not so much anymore, but in a more of like, this is where I belong. I think I finally realized that, okay, stop saying, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. And just, I always knew I was going to be here. So I think a few years ago, I finally accepted it. And just, that's when I really started to grow as a performer, I believe, when I started looking at myself differently and not just a fan who somehow snuck in and made it.
Mm-hmm. And you are in the WWE. You've won every title you can. So what is your dream now? What else is there to do for you?
Well, there's a lot to do, I believe, within the division. A lot of damage control to be done, no pun intended. And I just want to continue to grow the business and continue to be a representation for women's wrestling. There's a lot of girls in NXT that I believe can help Raw and SmackDown. And I want to, you know, be there to help guide them do that. But personally, selfish, I would love to win the Royal Rumble someday. So maybe I'll have to do that in January. And or maybe I won't be in it because I'm probably going to win the title at Extreme Rules. So who knows?
Now, you're one of WWE's 4 horsewomen, and you really helped the women's division in the WWE. Why hasn't that dream fatal 4-way match taken place yet, in your opinion? Because every year, us fans, we want to see it, but for some reason, it doesn't happen.
You just have to wait. You know, timing is everything here. And that holds so true just on my return, you know, that to the T, to the day, it wouldn't have gone the way it did without the universe working and the time, just perfect timing for everything. And I truly believe if and when that match happens, it'll be worth the wait.
I think it'll be amazing. And if that match was to take place at WrestleMania,
I'll win.
You would win, and we know who would be on your team. But if it was the 4 horsewomen taken on 4 legends, who would your 4 legends be? Of course, we got Lita. Who would the other 3 be in that match?
Trish, of course. Mm-hmm. Beth Phoenix. Mm-hmm. Man, I there's so many, and I'm probably gonna want a different answer later, but right now I'll say Mickie James.
Mickie James. Okay, that would be a dream match, and I would love to see the 4 horsewomen match as well. That we really, really want to see that.